And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to continuing coverage of the APA Poolplayer Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by the striking Viking, Ava Lawrence. Ava, tonight we've got the 8-ball doubles championship on tap, one of my favorite events because of the alternate shot format. You're really depending on your teammate to get through this.
Right. The Scotch doubles format, that's one of the most popular in our area. We have both 8-ball and 9-ball, and they love it. And like you said, the Scotch doubles really makes it a whole different game in a way, because you know what you would do and what you're capable of doing. But especially when you have like a 6 and a 4 playing together, you have to think kind of both, about the other person's skill level. So it's a fun format.
Absolutely. So we've got a team with combined skill level 11 and a team with a combined skill level of 10. Let's go ahead and meet them. From the state of Pennsylvania, we've got the A team. The A team, Michael Gamba and Mig Dewell Diaz. And it's my understanding that Mig Dewell goes by Mike. So we may use that through
Mike and Mike,
yeah, Mike and Mike. There we go. And their opponents, they're out of Louisiana. It's the team of Dylan Force-J and Dylan Fontenot. So we've got we've got a team of Dylans and a team of Mikes going head-to-head for $8,000.
I think that's fair, though. As difficult as their last names are, it's fair to you that the first names are easy.
The Dylans versus the Mikes. The A team versus the Sharpshooters. In the 8-ball doubles championship, of course, APA rules apply. As far as team, the way the teams are formed, it can be any combination of men and women. And as we mentioned, players are going to alternate shots, not turns. So when Ava makes a ball, then it's my turn. And when I make a ball, it's Ava's turn. And that really changes the dynamic of things like we talked about, and we'll see that play out. There is one coaching timeout allowed per rack or per game, and matches are played according to the APA 8-ball doubles race chart, which, again, the team of the Dylans or the Sharpshooters, they have a combined skill level of 11. You just saw Dylan Fontenot at the table with the break, but they've got a skill level 11, which means they're racing to 4. Their opponents, the A team, and you're going to see Mig Dewell or Mike Diaz at the table here. He and his partner are a combination of 10, which means they're racing to 3 games. So we've got a 4-3 race. At the table is the A team's Mig Dewell Diaz.
Well, looking at the table, as he is as well, obviously, trying to figure out what to do. If we see it overhead, from the way I see it, I would definitely go with the stripes here. The 6-ball is guarded, but other than that, if he all the stripes are open, so I would definitely go stripe here. He's got a good way to get out. 8-ball is a little bit of a problem, but if you leave this ball right here, you might have a good way to get up to it.
And this is Mig Dewell Diaz at the table of the A team. They're out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Only been playing together a little over a year. They said they met like when things opened back up right after COVID. A friend introduced them. They had both been playing pool, and I guess they hit it off. Good chemistry, and here they are in the finals of the 8-ball doubles championship in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now you're seeing Mike Gamba here at the table. We'll get used to saying these names as we go.
Mike
These
Gamba.
are some hard. This is the hardest names we've had of any match.
Well, you do that.
Yeah.
I'll just stick with Mike and Dylan.
There you go.
Squared.
The only challenge is when it's Mike and Dylan and Dylan. We got to tell them apart somehow. So we'll help navigate you through it, folks. Don't worry. Got a long way to go here. All of our coverage for this 8-ball doubles championship final and all of our streaming finals throughout the Pool Player Championships brought to you by our friends at pooldog.com. Appreciate all their support.
Well, he's going to take a real hard look. There's no choice here. Oh no, did he make that last one? I think he still does have a choice. He was trying to go with the solids also. All right. What I like about you see this ball here? This is a perfect breakout ball for that 9-ball. The 6, there's nothing right there. That is a good path to it. So, but everybody's got their way of looking at a rack. There's necessarily no right and wrong way, but I definitely would have chosen the stripes.
And this is Dylan Force-J. He is a skill level 6, the captain of this Sharpshooters team out of Karen Crow, Louisiana.
Well, we're having a bit of a tough time getting this first ball made. No, Mig Dewell at the table, he is a skill level 6, so we'll see if he can get something started here. But the table definitely doesn't look as friendly as it did right after the break. Now we have 2 sets of balls that are one of each and that are tied up. They're going to have to be dealt with as soon as possible.
All right, so the A team will be working with the low balls, the solids. We mentioned they're out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Wesley told me the one was made. We've got to looking over there and talking, and so I didn't have time to see. Thank you so much.
It takes us a little bit to settle in here at
Yeah.
Bulldog Championship Arena when things get started. It's always kind of a buzz right before the match starts. Everybody's kind of excited, people moving around.
Right.
But here we are, the 11th, I believe, final that we've covered now. 11 of 16. 9-ball doubles,
yeah,
5 8-ball
yeah.
classic, 4 9-ball shootout, right? Is that right?
We got
Yeah.
ladies, masters, a team captain in wheelchair,
And Jack and Jill.
Still
Still
left.
a long way to go.
Yepper.
Got the team captains event tomorrow. I'm excited about that one. I love that. Watching
Yeah.
that one. It's very fun.
It's a
very
fun format.
fast. Constant flow of new players rotating in and out. Kind of like doubles, but a little different, obviously. Play out the whole game and then you go to your partner.
Yeah, it's not the Scotch doubles going back and forth, but.
All right, so this is Dylan Force-J once again of the Sharpshooters. Rattles that ball in the corner. 10 ball there. That'll bring Mig Dewell Diaz back to the table. He goes by Mike for short. They shoot out of AMVETS back in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Maybe some folks back at the AMVETS tuning in on this Tuesday evening. Mig Dewell pockets that in the side.
Again, kind of the rule with straight pull and 8-ball is to try to get to, at least if you think that you have the capability of running out, try to get to the tied up balls first. Now, if your strategy is kind of more to slow them down and play some defense, that's fine too. But if your plan is, because as soon as the other team has that many more balls on the table, they obviously have you if they play good safeties. You can go ahead and maneuver the match and have control of the match at that point. So it depends on what the skill level is. And if you're skill level 3, get as many balls in as you can if you're playing another 3, because, odds of you running out, especially if it's a messy table, are hopefully fairly low if you're a 3. And so you may want to play a different strategy. You got to. One of the things I always say to my players is play to your ability. Don't try to do something just because a 6 thinks it's right. If you're a 3 or a 4, that may not be the correct shot for you to shoot.
Dylan Fontenot here. He is a skill level 5. Again, he and Dylan Force-J make a combination of 11, which is why they're racing to 4, while their opponents only need 3 games to win this 8-ball doubles championship.
All right, so he's coming around. That's a beautiful stroke. Didn't get a lot of action on that. It was kind of, it really would have had to put a power stroke on it, but that was a nice 3-railer to come up and break those up a little bit, just not quite enough.
And the Sharpshooters here are out of Louisiana, Karen Crow, Louisiana. Not to be confused with Karen Core. Karen Crow, Louisiana.
Oh, did not want that nudge necessarily, but the 14 is still available.
I think we mentioned it, but 8,000 on the line here tonight in Las Vegas from Bulldog Championship Arena.
We'll see if he comes around 3 rails again. There he goes. One. Oh, no, he decided to. All right, slow it down a little bit. I'm just curious to see what they're going to do with that 9-ball, considering where the 2-ball is. It's so available to break that up.
Dylan Force-J, or Dylan with an I. The other Dylan is Dylan with a Y.
Surprised. I don't know if that was intentional kind of miss, because he wasn't really close to anything, and if it were me, I wouldn't really want to break anything up necessarily. So he just made sure if he did hit something there, I guess he didn't touch it much, because when you're giving ball in hand to the other team, the last thing you want to do is give him an opportunity to have an open table, needless to say, or a good way to break it up.
Going to take their timeout here in this first game. This will be the A team's only timeout in this game. You can see that's Mig Dewell in the white shirt talking things over with Michael. Mig Dewell is a skill level 6, Michael is skill level 4. Although Michael listed as the captain on the team, so not always the highest rated player on the roster that's considered the captain, right?
Somebody organizes the team, says, hey, you want to get on it?
Yeah.
I'm the captain. All right, so needless to say, this is the one to deal with here. Not only if you can make the 7, but it's also going to open up the 8 ball more. And then from there, he's got the 2, and he can break up with a 6. So the options were to break open the 6 now or to deal with the 7. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. And if he were to miss this 7, that's 9 ball is still tied up.
Oh,
nice shot. See now,
I was going to say, because he kind of did him a favor too by freeing up that ball from the 8 ball, his opponent's ball. But
yeah, but I don't know if they're going to get there. It depends on how he hits the 2 ball here and what ball he is trying to hit. You don't want to hit a piece of the 6 because then you're just going away. So how he hits this 2 ball is going to be really important as far as is he going to get a shot.
Oh,
and he got no shot.
There.
He got behind the 8, and that just dragged it down with it. So it's always, and this again, why you go for this early so that you can deal with that, and then leave a ball on each side of the table, so in case you get stuck like that, you have other options. So leaving that for last now, that's going to be a very potential favorable shot here for the other team. So we'll see. That's a good hit. That's a good hit. That's going to be close there. You might have to spin it in with a little bit of left. Dylan is a 5. I don't even know if that is a shot he would shoot even if it does go, but you just got to pay attention so you don't touch anything here. He's going to go for the 14.
Dylan Fontenot here.
He's safe maybe. They know they've got him stuck on that 6 ball. Nice shot. It's funny, mostly I play 9 ball mostly of my career, except for the first so many years when straight pool was the game. So I haven't played as much 8 ball. Played enough of it, but the last few years just 9 balls. So I think 9 ball, like you got to hurry up and break it up, as opposed to now that they have the advantage of having 3 stripes to their 1-6. They're just going to keep moving that 14 around until they like where it is and can run out from there. Everybody's saying there was no rail after that.
I was wondering about that.
I was looking at you talking. I'm sorry, because I know he was thinking.
And then when he didn't take ball in hand, I thought, oh, I must have saw it wrong. But that's what I thought I saw too.
Just so you know, the ref is here. The ref is not like part of the match. He doesn't really call fouls. The other team has to say, to come over and watch. Just like we do locally, and you do in the tournament room, because you don't want something happening that was the ref's fault, that they made, whatever. So it was kind of decided a while back that we were going to do it that way. So it's up to the other team to always pay attention. That time the 6 hit a rail. And that's why it's important to, to pay attention, especially,
Absolutely.
if you're playing Scotch doubles and they put the wrong player steps up and shoots and don't pay attention, then, the other team just got ball in hand.
Yeah.
So it's, you got to pay attention. Your partner forgets to mark the pocket, you get up there and remind them.
And we see a player early on, maybe the first final we did where they hit the, yeah, where he hit the wrong object ball. Did we see that in the first final?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
And the other, his teammate should have said, hey.
Yeah.
But
All right, so that'll bring the A team back to the table. Mike Gamba.
no, it's not up to the team. In other words, it's up to the other team to have a ref called over when it looks like it may be a close hit, or say to the other team, hey, you didn't hit a rail, and usually that can be worked out. So the referee is there for that purpose. The referee is there to rack the balls, answer any questions, and make the hit calls when called over by the other team, just like it normally is on the league night. I mean, or in a local tournament, I should say.
Well, I think a chance for the sharpshooters here to take this rack regardless. Dylan Force-J will be shooting on the 8 ball here. And he fires that 8 in the corner. So the good news for them is no harm, no foul, right? They get through the rack, they take that first game either way. So in the race to 4, they have 1. Let's hear a word from our friends at pooldog.com.
Nice break. Kind of that lag break. I like that when somebody really stays down on it like that. Nice open table here. Obviously, immediately the stripes look good, but I don't know what he made. He didn't make 2, did he? I thought he made 2 at first. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A lot
No,
of
he
folks,
made a stripe.
a lot of folks just joining us, watching coverage of the APA 8 Ball Doubles Championship from here in Las Vegas. $8,000 on the line here in this championship finale. The team of the sharpshooters at the table here. Dylan Force-J. And now his partner, Dylan Fontenot. They are out of Karen Crow, Louisiana. They've also been playing together about a year. They wanted to say hello to their third member, Jill Ray, who couldn't make the trip. So I didn't know you could have a third member on doubles, but
Everybody runs doubles
can
a little bit
alternate,
differently. Yeah. We have it where you can have 2 or 4.
Oh, okay.
Some have just 2, some have 3.
All right.
So
Well, shout out to Jill Ray, the third member of the Sharpshooters. Back home rooting them on, I hope.
I obviously wanted to come out a little bit more to about here so he could shoot this and stop shot on the 10. He's going to have to more than likely just draw the cue ball back and play the other one in the side, or he could come across. We'll see here. We'll see the overhead angle again. You can see, look at the table, the layout he has. You either drift it up for the 15, you can come over here, or try to draw the cue ball this way, but then you're dealing with, if you don't hit the right side of the 8, you're going to get stuck there. So we'll see what oh, he's going to shoot the 15. He's going to shoot the 15.
Nice. Early on, the Dillons seem to be in tune with each other here.
Yeah, playing kind of calm and focused and just kind of doing their thing. Not a lot of communication. Some teams in doubles, when they're sitting down, they want to talk strategy, talk life, talk whatever. These two have been pretty much all business since they got here. Oh, overcut it. And he tried to put some some reverse on that and come down a little bit for the 10, and it way overcut it, which can happen. He got lucky though. That right there and stop their opponents from just, running out, because the table is really open. The A team's going to have to deal with that now.
Just want to check that telestrator. We added some, I don't know if you can see, but up on the truss, we added some TV monitors for the outward crowd here at Pool Dog Championship Arena. Want to make sure that telestrator's not showing Ava's little tips to the teams as they can see that screen.
Oh, you know what? That's right.
But
I don't think they're so focused right now. They're not looking at anything. They've been doing just fine so far. So
just got the all clear. We don't want to give away any of Ava's tips to these teams.
So, well, we'll see where he's going to go with this.
Folks asking how often we televise these. Anytime we're here in Vegas, we always do the championship finals here at Pool Dog Arena. And we've got several more still to go this week. We've got the Team Captain Championship tomorrow. We've got ladies, I believe, on Thursday. Jack and Jill and Wheelchair Championship on Friday. And then we're going to cap it off on Saturday with the Masters Championship. So still a lot of action to be had. That'll all be here on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. Greg just told me we're on Roku now. You can find this content out on Roku.
And that one surprised me. Dylan is a skill level 6. And I have a feeling that he was so concerned with the breakup, he was so concerned what was going to happen after he went, that he just completely forgot to make the ball. It happens.
All right, so now we've got the A team back at the table. Mig Dewell Diaz. He wanted to say hello to his family back home in the bar they shoot out of, which I mentioned earlier, AmVets.
Oh, my goodness.
Missed
Gave it
that
right
two
back
ball.
to him. Surprising. I mean, Mig Dewell is in skill level 6 also. Another completely unexpected, if you will, miss. It'll be, you know, these guys get nervous too. I always like to remind everybody that is watching that unless you have been here, this is like an ESPN setup with the lights,
Nice.
the crowd around, and everything else, the cameras. If you don't get nervous here, I don't know, you know, kind of cold-blooded, I think.
Yeah.
But so just remember that these guys, these uncharacteristic misses that they probably haven't made this far, they're coming now because this is a different room, totally different feel in here than it was in the room that had 400 tables in it.
All right, Dylan Fontenot here, folks. Chance to put his team up 2-0 in what is a race to 4 for the sharpshooters. Very makeable shot here. Pockets that 8 in the corner. And they are up 2-0. 2 wins away from taking those doubles trophies back to Louisiana. Back to Karen Crow, and they will have the break. They've looked strong so far.
Yeah, they tried to give that one away, but A-team didn't want it. So they both made some unexpected misses, but what are you going to do? It's pool, it's nerves, it's the championship. It's for a lot of money.
8,000. I didn't see. What was the second place for this? Did you see?
I did not.
We got a graphic Steve will pull up here, I think, in just a second.
We need a statistician, don't we? Somebody just bring us stats, like baseball.
We were looking for the 8-ball doubles payout chart. Well, that shows us the totals. I'm not sure what the runner-up is. Let's see if we got that graphic too. As you can see, 1.2 million, over 1.2 million paid out here, or will be paid out before it's all said and done. Almost 10,000 participants.
There you see how many players we have in each tier. Well, that was the classic and the shootout, but you can see at the bottom there in the showdown series. So
there it is. So second place here, 4,000, 8,000, 4,000. Dylan Force J with the break there.
I like that 129th place gets something. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 150. Yeah. And that's 128 people that tie for that 129th place.
Right.
So.
All right. Still in charge. The stripe going to be going down here. He's got a perfect opportunity to make this ball and pretty much do what he wants with the cue ball if you want to draw it back. Oh boy.
Missed there though.
All right, do or die time here, A-team.
Right. So mistake there by the team of the sharpshooters. Chance for the A-team to get things going here. Now down 2-0. Another miss there. Wow.
That's surprising. That one surprised me a little bit.
Turnabout is fair play. A miss for each of these teams here early in this rack. Dylan Force J back at the table now. Try to get things back on track for the sharpshooters, who've jumped out to an early 2-0 lead and what is a race to 4 for them.
All right, interesting to know what is nerves and not paying attention. I know that last shot that I think he missed was focusing too much on the breakup of the balls. That was just, you know, again, skill level 6. You expect them to make that, but they're human too, so the nerves will get to you. And
all right, Michael Gamba back at the table here.
Came out nicely for the 7.
We talked about it at the outset, how important being able to play together is in this particular format because of the alternate shot, really dependent on your opponent, or not your opponent, but your teammates' leaves, you know. I mean, it's...
And understanding your opponent too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you know, if you're skill level 6 or 7 playing with a 3 or 2, you don't put them in a position where they're going to have to use, you know,
You got to be able to
serious
compensate
right
a little bit
spin or
for them. Yeah.
And if you can't find a way to get a decent shot for them, then you may want to look, you know, at defense. So you got to think your game, but you got to understand your opponent. I mean, your partner's game as well.
All right. Michael Gamba here.
You might have it.
Not
No.
quite.
We've been playing, the doubles has been playing what? But this is the third day, isn't it? I believe, yeah, it's the
Sounds
third
right.
day. Yeah.
Sounds right. And they've had a couple of rounds already today. I know they played the semis, the quarters, maybe even a round before that this morning.
Oh,
Definitely,
wow.
definitely played the quarters today. I'd have to look at the CompuSport, which is a good time to plug CompuSport, by the way, if you're looking to find out how your favorite player or team is doing in the event. CompuSport.us. You can visit that website, or you can download the app. Track a team or a player's progress.
Somebody asked about one team being 10, the other one 11. And the reason for that is it's not really, it would take a lot for the APA to go into the doubles and just lay down the hammer, unless there's a complaint from the other team or whatever. But you don't really go up here because you don't input. There's no singles matches. Oh, boy, that hurt.
Another mistake for the A team.
So, you know, the last one of the qualifiers were a year and a half ago for the 2020 championships. So odds are, players can go up. In other words, you start out as a 10 when you either play in a qualifying tournament or when you start playing in a session, if you're playing in league. And you are allowed to go up even to 12. We don't want people to go, oh, my God, you know, I've got a year now before I get to qualify and go to Vegas. So 12 is the max. At 13, one of the players go and they have to pick a new opponent.
Dylan Force-Che pockets that 9 in the side. Partner Dylan Fontenot returns to the table. The Dylan duo.
The Dylans and the Mikeys. It's kind of like, you know, what was it? The Jets and the... What is that?
What? Jets?
Yeah, somebody will help me. The movie. The Blanks and the Jets.
Oh.
West Side Story.
Oh.
God, you are just... You know, this guy doesn't even know Sophia Loren or what the whole Jets was. That's ridiculous. I need to work.
I was going to introduce you as a woman as beautiful as Sophia Loren herself.
Well, you didn't, though, did you? You didn't, so.
That's kind of an inside joke. Unless you've been watching the streaming all weekend, then you'll get it. But otherwise, it's kind of an inside joke at this point. The Jets and the Sharks. Thank you.
Sharks. Ooh, nailed it.
Michael.
Did you look that? Oh, somebody
Michael
told you.
He knew it. Ben Brady knew it. Jose Garcia knew it. Look at all these folks.
Thank you, guys.
You can always depend on the chat for. I mean, where else are you going to get the most accurate information in the world than the internet, random chats, comments?
Yeah, there's always somebody to help you out.
Sharpshooter still controlling the table here. Dylan Fontenot.
Yeah, but he's got a tough way getting all the way around to the other balls. More likely he's going to nip that 4 ball. Or the 1 if he really follows it. Well, maybe they're just going to go ahead and try to play a bank shot from here. Yeah. Dylan says, you know what, partner? You go ahead, deal with it.
Have these guys communicated at all?
I don't think so.
I have not seen them.
I don't think so.
These
guys, the other team over here, the A team, they're cheddar boxes. Yeah.
Maybe that's their style. Whatever works. They're here in the championship, so
Absolutely.
I'm not going to second guess them.
Oh, nice.
Cut.
Look out, though. Look out.
He's safe. Ooh.
I don't know how much better that was, but at least he's at the table and has got a chance to do something. Do or die, though. Jose Garcia is funny.
As far as communicating, they only get one timeout, but when they're seated, they can communicate, right?
Yes.
So I just haven't
No.
seen them like hardly look at each other
No.
or anything. Almost like they're on different teams. Here we go. See, and as I say that, we get a timeout. I feel much better. I know they're not angry with each other.
This and the 9-ball doubles and the Jack and Jill are the formats where you can go ahead and converse in between shots, because yes, you do your own thing at the table, but you're a team. You can go ahead and talk strategy, talk whatever you want to when you're in the chair, as long as you're courteous to the other team and keep it down a little bit and let them focus.
Give a shout out to our sponsors, Action Cues, Valley Dynamo. Of course, I mentioned our friends at pooldog.com and all their support and helping us bring you this coverage this week. And then Aramith Billiard Balls, the premier billiard balls in all the pool world. Playing with the Aramith TV balls here. That's why the coloration's a little different if you're not used to seeing that. There's so many different ball set colors now.
Yeah, the Moscone Cup has
black
come up with the new ones, and yeah.
We're working on a little video
I don't like.
project
I don't.
on that.
I'm not crazy about that. The whole black. Yeah, no,
Steve and I are working on a little video project about
not a
the
fan.
evolution of the ball colors.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Folks
Cool.
will be excited to see that, I think.
It gets all it does is confuses the audience that is not, a diehard pool player. Is that what ball? What is that? Even the pink ball, when that was introduced, a lot of people have a hard time with that today.
Big part of it is
4-ball used to be purple.
Yeah, big part of it is TV production, and then now mobile. People watching things on small devices.
Of course, but I still think putting the 4 and what is the 6? I mean, it's like the 3, 4, 5 now, or 3, 4. They're all like almost the same, color. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it, Jason. I will let them. I have let them know.
Okay.
Not that it matters, maybe, but
we still love our friends at Aramith. Don't be mad at Ava.
We love Aramith. It's not that.
Yeah.
I'm just a traditionalist.
I know.
I don't like the glove. I don't like the graphite, the stuff, all this. Give me a good maple shaft, and
I understand.
And a wet towel to kind of get my hands dry, and then that'll work.
All right. A team looking to pick up their first game in what is a race to 3 for them.
This is necessary. Getting a team on the hill like that, the way they've played all set. Yeah.
Drops at 3 in the corner.
That's pretty good right there. Nice touch.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
Mig Dewell Diaz pockets that 8 in the corner, and they get their first game. Now a 2-1 game, or a 3-2 race, however you want to look at it. And while the referee racks, let's hear a word from our friends at pooldog.com.
It was weird.
Michael Gamba here with the break for the A team. Now on the board with 1 game. Get that score updated here momentarily.
He's somebody that's got his pre-shot routine down.
Looks like the 3 in the side, the 2 also in the side.
It's not laying too shabby. 6 ball is obviously tied up right here, but there's some stuff to work with there with the 1 ball, the 7 and the 4. But getting down to the 6 is going to be something to really look at right away.
Reminder, we've got our Team Captains Championship tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you tune in for that one. 4 o'clock for you folks on the East Coast. That's a really fun format to watch if you're not familiar with it.
That couldn't have worked out much better. Now you have the 4 and the 7 kind of blocking the pockets here for anything. The sharpshooters will be interesting to see how they're going to deal with their little mess down here with the 14 and 13.
One of these teams, talk about a pivotal game, one of these teams will be on the hill one way or another. Who will get there first? Will it be the sharpshooters out of Karen Crow, Louisiana, or the A team out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania?
You know, we need to start asking what the, background behind their names are, if any. There's usually some pretty funny stories behind some of the, wow.
All right, scratched there by Dylan Force-J. Yeah, because quite honestly, I feel like I could have given them better names. The A team, I mean, it could have been the Mike team.
So you're saying the Mike team is a lot better named than the A team?
I think so. The A team is like team
Have
1,
you ever
right?
named a team?
Yeah, we call the
No,
the
have
Fighting
you
Hinkabines.
have you ever named it?
It's a good question.
I don't know if the Mike team is very exciting. I hate to say.
Is the A team exciting?
As exciting as the Mike
Okay,
team.
all right. Well,
Back
I
to
didn't
the
have very
action.
long. I didn't have very long to think about it. I only had about 2.5 seconds. I'm sure I could come up with something better. Give me some time. I'll report back tomorrow.
All right, good.
I'll do some homework tonight. I'll have something better for you tomorrow.
We'll have
Principal Mattia.
one strange thing
Principal
to
Lawrence,
talk about.
sorry.
Oh, you have no idea. Ask my son-in-law. All right.
Mig Dewell Diaz here. He is a skill level 6 for the A team. Somebody was mentioning that the Lancaster, Pennsylvania is very Amish country.
Oh,
And
yes,
it's interesting
absolutely.
because they mentioned that as well. And I've been up to that area. I've not been, I don't know if I've been in Lancaster. That's the Millers and Simning area. They got York, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went up there a few years back. And sure enough, I mean, like we were passing Amish buggies on the roads and stuff. So
Yeah, we
kinda
took my
interesting.
daughter up there. She worked there for a summer with horses, big
yeah.
horse country. And it was very amazing to see when, the
Yeah,
horse
it's
and
just
carriage
when you
comes
come around
down
a
all of
corner
a
and
sudden.
suddenly you're behind a horse and buggy.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. So hello to everybody back in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, rooting on the A team. Mig Dewell and Michael. They came together through a mutual friend.
It's Mike and Mig Dewell, but Mig Dewell has said, you can call me Mike.
Yeah, he
so.
goes by Mike for short, but once we got the name down, we felt like
We were
could
so
say
proud
it.
of ourselves.
And it's easier to distinguish them by not calling them both
Yeah, right,
Mike.
right.
So Mig Dewell goes by Mike. That is his nickname or
No,
Mike for
Casey, they are
short.
not playing for Vegas. They're playing in Vegas. This is the championship.
This is Vegas, baby.
And all
This
the
is
cash
big
and the
time.
trophy, that's it.
This is Pool Dog Championship Arena. I don't know if there's any more spectacular place for an amateur player to play than in this championship room configuration that's set up here.
Oh, ouch. Misread the tangent line badly there. Well, now it's pretty good opportunity here. You always love it in 8-ball if you get ball in hand. Well, any game, obviously, but the best time to get it is when most of the opponent's balls are already gone off the table. So we'll see if they can solve and get a good pattern going here. Again, this is a time to go for the 14. It's the one ball that's kind of in trouble. You can break up the 15. You can do something, but this is an issue right here. So to ignore that and go for the open balls first and leave that can only end one way unless somebody comes up with a big shot.
Again, this is a 4-3 race. The team at the table, the sharpshooters, they need 4 games. Their opponents, the A team, need only 3, and that's based on the combination of the 2 players' skill level. The sharpshooters, you're going to see Dylan Fontenot at the table now. He's a skill level 5. His partner in the white shirt who just sat down is Dylan Force-J. He is a skill level 6. So their combination of their 2 skill levels is 11. And their opponents are both 5s. I'm sorry, 6 and a 4, so they're 10. Which means they need 1 less game based on the 8-ball doubles race chart.
All right, he got on the wrong side of this 10 ball. Needed to come up a little bit higher. If we can look at it, you want to just, if you draw a straight line from the cue ball to the pocket, you want it to be about here if possible to be able to come down to this side of the table to deal with these balls, unless this ball squeezes by that 6. That's his only chance now of dealing with the 14 and 11. Hi, Nick. Where do you live, Nick? Where are you watching from? All right. It's a thin cut here. Must make. No good.
All right.
And I have to say, I see this a lot where teams leave trouble for the end. And I would say it works in their favor maybe 4 out of 10 times. But the golden rule, if you are the quality of player that can actually run a rack, is to get rid of that trouble first. So often I see a player, even of really good caliber, like a 6, a 7, leave the 8 ball, make everything else and get a little more out of line. It gets a little bit tougher having to go into ball, and all of a sudden be stuck with no shot on the 8. And if you're playing a player of equal caliber, the game should be over then. They can control the match from there.
Kind of an interesting question from Rich Santos. Asked if there's any pro players out there that were one-time APA members. I know of several. I know Jennifer Beretta at one point was an APA member. Sky Woodward.
Sky Woodward, right?
Obviously the 2-time Mosconi champ. One time played an APA, and I always like to tell that story because we had to tell him he could no longer play APA, and he at the time was not very thrilled with that.
No.
But, I think we were right on that one, and I do remind him of that each time I see him. Chris Robinson also added to the Mosconi team last year as a one-time APA member in Southern California. And I'm sure there are several more out there, but those are 3 that come to mind that I think most people might recognize the names of. Dylan Fontenot here. Things are wide open now. Somebody said, is the Riviera still standing? The Riviera is long gone. Something is now built on top of it, the new convention center expansion. So if you ever remember the big convention center here in Vegas off the Strip on Paradise, it now extends almost all the way over to the Strip.
Yeah, bought it up.
The Riviera closed in May of 2015 and was imploded, I think, that next summer when we were out here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Like was in 16 we saw it imploded.
I think so.
A lot of us
You were out here, weren't you?
Yeah, we were out here watching from the top of the Westgate. We watched the Riv tumble down.
That tournament room, when AP was a little smaller, that you could have on the top of the Riv, was great. But that was a long time ago for the finals and everything else. So
Mig Dewell Diaz pockets that one in the corner. All right. Made things a little difficult on Mike Gamba here on this 8-ball. I don't think they've used their timeout, have they? I think they're maybe what he's asking. I think he's asking his opponents if they've used their timeout.
We'll see what he's going to decide to do here.
Of course, the Poolplayer Championships this year being played at the Westgate Las Vegas, just down the street from the old Riviera. Walking distance. I walked by the old Riviera a lot last night. Over to the new Resorts World, Circus.
Wonder if he's concerned with scratching in the side pocket here,
Big decision.
but it doesn't look like he would. I mean, it's a really thin cut. He can't bank the ball, and I'm not even sure I see where the 14 and 50 are placed. There's really no good defensive shot here that isn't going to leave a decent shot.
So I assume they've used their timeout, right? They would certainly be using it here if not.
Yeah, I think they did earlier. There's the shot. Well, he avoided the scratch, but no cigar. Oh, did he get a little fortunate here? I think there's enough angle to be able to force the cue ball in and come down between the 14 and 8.
Mary Pierce, Circus is still standing, believe it or not. Probably a lot of bets out there about how long that place will be up. And then I saw somebody say they were the last referee in there. Who was that?
Let's see if
Jim Barnard.
Jim Barnard, yeah.
Referee of the last match at the top of the riv. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. We'll see if he can hold the cue ball. That's going to be the key. It came up a little bit short. You want to be a little more straight than that to be able to hold the cue ball. If you add a little right spin to this, you can lengthen the angle a little bit and still hit it firm. Oh boy, he tried to hold it too much. He needed to go up and down then if he wasn't going to spin it in.
Chance for the A team to move to the hill here. That's a big moment there.
Yep.
Another big moment coming up right here. See if Mig Dewell can pocket this 8. Put his team on the hill with the break.
He is not going to bank it. A lot of players would bank the 8-ball in the spot, but he's going to slice it in.
Slice and dice time.
Slice and dice. Yeah, a lot of our players stay at Circus and at the Stratosphere. They're fairly close to here and not a major walk unless it's, in August and it's a hot walk. But and there's the monorail goes everywhere. And all right, let's see if he can slice this in. Oh, he did. Banked it in.
Slice and dice he does. Mig Dewell puts his team, the A team, on the hill. They need just one game, and they will have the break here. We're tied 2-2, but again, with the 4-3 race, they need just one more. So things have turned quickly here, Ava. We had a 2-0 lead for the Sharpshooters, the team out of Louisiana. They seem to be cruising for the most part, and then the A team fought right back, got into it, and here we are.
And now they find themselves on the hill here.
Absolutely. Yeah, Circus is still over there. Next door now is the big Resorts World, the brand new casino that just opened about a month ago out here in Vegas. I'm sure a lot of folks walking over there. Excited to go check that out. A lot of new things happening here on the north end of the Strip, which is great for the Westgate and all the properties down on this end. I was just reading an article today about the Fountain Blue, supposed to be done now by 2023.
Right.
So we'll see. It's been there for about 12 years.
I know.
So.
We've been heard that for.
Yeah, we'll see. But that would be welcome news as well. The SLS is now the Sahara again, which is right before the strip, or the stratosphere, not the strip.
Right.
All right. Michael Gamba with the break. 10 ball on the side, it looks like. Mig Dewell Diaz will return to the table. He just put his team on the hill with that cut shot on the 8 in the corner. If you're just tuning in, this is coverage of the APA 8-Ball Doubles Championship, all part of the Pool Player Championships going on here in Las Vegas. Tournament got underway last Thursday. It is now Tuesday, I'm sure, because I checked my calendar. Several days still here to go in Las Vegas. Again, we'll have the Team Captain Championship tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Mig Dewell pockets that 4-ball, I believe, in the corner.
Yeah, nice center ball there. Just drifted the cue ball forward a little bit.
Mary Pierce wants to know where Mr. and Mrs. Commentator are from. You want to start?
Mr. and Mrs.
Tell 'em
Commentators.
where you're from, Mrs. Commentator.
This commentator is from Sweden. So every once in a while I do speak a little funny, but can't be helped. I came over when I was 17 to the United States, so I've been here for a while and now live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
There you go.
What about you, Mr.
And
Commentator?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri,
Missouri.
although my heart lies in Tampa, Florida, to be honest. But did live in Florida for a few years. When I went to the University of Florida down there in Gainesville. Go Gators.
Go get, oh, nice
I like to
plug.
throw a shout out every time I can to Gator Nation.
Fine, then I'll throw it out at Hi Coastal Carolina
There you
APA.
go.
My
Turnabout's
piece.
fair play.
Peeps.
There you go. Meanwhile, Mike Gamba trying to stretch there on that table. Trying to stretch out for that 3-ball.
He'd rather do that than trying to shoot the, oh, maybe he should have shot the 1, but it was jacked up over that, so. Surprised he didn't, you know, grab the bridge there. He couldn't quite reach it, obviously, and flip the cue stick up, and nice little break for the A team. Oh, for sharpshooters.
All right. Dylan Fontenot back at the table. Team Dylan here, a.k.a. the Sharpshooters, out of Louisiana. Had a nice mix of states in all the events. Lots of different states this year. I don't think we've had this. I don't feel like we've had a state that's had.
Not even one of the
people.
big
Yeah.
states, you know, with massive amount of APA players, like
Yeah.
a California. I think we only had one California. We had one Alaska. We had,
I think we only had one Florida, and Florida's the biggest state in terms of players. And then you got like a Texas is a big state for APA.
Sure.
Illinois is one of our biggest. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Louisiana, Pennsylvania. I feel like they all have lots of players.
Yeah,
But those, I know
yeah.
that Texas, Florida's definitely our biggest.
Well,
Texas and
it's
Illinois
more
are
people
all,
too, obviously.
All
so.
three of those are very large. But
Yeah.
So it's been a fun week so far. Still a lot of action to go. Dylan Force-Jay at the table here. Lots of folks from Tampa tuning in.
There's Trey. You're right. A lot of North Carolina and South Carolina teams here, Trey.
Oh, yeah.
We had 65 players just from our little league in the
Wow,
Carolinas.
really?
Yeah, 68 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many teams do you guys have?
Standard 8-ball, 9-ball. You know, we have, I don't know exactly what it is. It's around 200 plus,
Wow.
maybe 190 maybe.
Wow. Okay.
We have quite a few teams. Du har satt din sista potatis. Good one. Good one, Rich. Well, then I'll move this. Yesterday somebody said they couldn't hear me, so I moved it, and it my mic in a new spot. He
Oh, is
said,
your mic closer than my mic?
yeah, and the other day somebody said, we can hear him, but we can't hear you.
Oh.
So I guess I overdid it. Sorry about that.
All right, the sharpshooters looking to move to the hill themselves. Yeah, the October event, the World Championships, the World Pool Championships for APA. Be right back here in a couple months.
All right, this is going to be interesting. From here, that certainly doesn't look like the 15 is makeable.
I've talked to a lot of players out here. I don't say a lot, but I mean a handful that are. It seems like all of them are coming back in October. Quite a few players that were qualified for the World Championships as well. So.
Well, when you have 2 years worth, also you might qualify in doubles in 2020.
I feel like 20% of our members are going to be here over one of these two events. It's like
it's cool.
Both massive, larger than they've ever been.
Yeah.
You know, typically this event would have been held in April and would have only had probably about 3,000 participants, and as we showed you, almost 10,000 now. And then in October, which is typically our August event, where you see about 12,000, we're going to have probably closer to 15. So.
Yeah. And that's with everything being moved to this one. It's only 8 ball and 9 ball.
I know, it's crazy.
In October.
Crazy. Watch out.
All right. Yeah, there was. I couldn't even come up with something there either. I'm with you on that one. I just didn't know what he was going to do with that 15 ball. There was no good defensive shot. Maybe at least freezing the cue ball on the cushion would have been a good idea to make it a tougher opening shot here. But
another good crowd here at Pool Dog Championship Arena watching this 8-ball doubles final, as well as all of you folks at home or wherever you're watching on your devices.
And then being down to nothing, here they come. This is for all the marbles right here. If they can get out here, the A team is going to walk away with the 2021 championship trophy.
We mentioned Rob and Jen Miller, the league operators for the A team. I saw they were on their way home today, but they had a grandbaby last night. So congratulations on the newest.
That's great.
Member of the Miller family, if they happen to be tuning in.
Super. No wonder they're not here then.
Yeah.
That's great.
Really enjoyed my time visiting up there. They got a cabin on the river and just a really pretty part of the country. Yeah, it was.
All right, teamwork here. I'm going to take a nap after this. I went to a wedding before this. 2 of our players got married.
Afternoon wedding. Yeah.
Shout out to Elwood and Amber. Uh-oh.
Ow. Elwood and Amber.
Elwood
the
and Amber.
APA newlyweds. Well, congratulations to them. Did you say they met playing pool? Is that why they got married out here? They just wanted to get married out here?
Both played, yeah, APA. She played before, and then her son, according to Elwood, her son hooked them up.
Okay.
So we introduced them and said, you should date her. She's great.
Nice. Oh, my man Rob Miller is tuning in. Yeah. Happy to hear from you, Rob. Glad you guys made it back safe. Give that grandbaby kisses for Ava and I. Okay.
All right, good
Played
play.
Safe there.
There's that control of the table. Big hit here. Got to hit this, needless to say. Or it could be curtains. Be fun to bring it to Hill, I think.
Yep. You always want the Hill if you can get it.
Absolutely.
Unless you got dinner reservations. Just kidding. Just kidding.
You haven't had dinner this early in the day ever.
I don't really have dinner out here. It's like between meals more than anything.
Nice hit.
Look at
and
that.
Look at this.
Got it to a rail.
Illegal. Got to a rail and almost made it.
That was Dylan Force-Jay with that. Might have been a match-saving shot right there, getting to that ball, getting that shot on that ball. Otherwise, I think the The 8 team might have been out there with ball in hand. Things more difficult now for Mike Gamba.
We get bragging rights, Travis, if one of our players or teams win. I get so excited. I get as excited as if I had won a tournament. But no, we get bragging rights big time. And it's always kind of fun, too, because to be able to get some local media for the player and everything else, we do what we can to really let everybody know that we got a champion in our midst.
Have you ever had a champion from Coastal Carolina?
You know what? Amber, who got married today,
Uh-huh.
her son won skill level 4 in juniors, junior
that's
champion.
right.
That was
I
very
remember,
exciting. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then we have had one third place finish before, and then we had we had a third place finish this year in the 9-ball singles. So that was exciting.
Be interesting if we ever had one of your teams here on the final. Like, would you be able to be impartial? I mean,
Heck no, not a chance.
Oh, well, at least you're honest. If
Yeah,
not impartial,
you'd have
you're
to stand
honest.
up for the other team.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
no, obviously we would call the match. But yeah,
Mig Dewell
if I could
here,
even speak, I would be so excited.
trying to pocket this one, and just made it. Just made it.
All right.
2 balls away from victory for the A team.
And on the overhead, the 8-ball looks makeable, but it is way tougher than it looked from that overhead shot. So he definitely doesn't. I mean, he is a skill level 4, so he should be able to put a little bit of speed on this 3-ball and at least give his partner the opportunity to shoot in the corner. But if he just rolls it in and leaves the cue ball anywhere on the rail, this is a really tough shot on the 8.
Mike Gamba here, critical shot. Trying to pocket this 3-ball and leave Mig Dewell with a shot on the 8.
He wants to come across enough to where he can have a decent shot at it and definitely off the rail with a cue ball. They must have taken their time out because he's not making any. Oh, yeah, they did. They did a few games, balls ago. Wow. And this. Oh, it's going to go hill, isn't it?
Well, remember that shot. That one might come back to haunt them.
Yeah.
I hope not, but every match there seems to be a couple of pivotal moments, and that might have been one of them. We'll see. Chance now for the sharpshooters. New life for them, perhaps.
Wow, he's looking like he can't hit the 13.
Okay. 8-ball on the way there, huh?
I mean, it's not a difficult curve shot because there's not much of the 8 you have to go around if you can't hit it, but the position is not going to be great, especially considering where the 8 is right next to the side pocket right there. Just elevate the back of the cue a little bit.
Now, do they have a timeout, the sharpshooters here?
I don't know, to tell you the
So,
truth.
I'm
I thought they had talked earlier.
surprised
Okay, he's going to shoot a curve shot. Just shoot straight past that 8. Come down on the bottom left part. Nice. But, yeah, too full of a hit.
Oh.
Too full of a hit.
Ouch.
You either got to go all the way to where you have so much spin that you go rail first, because he didn't need to curve around that much.
Well, this might be it now. Ball in hand for the A team. Shooting on that 3 is Mig Dewell. He's certainly going to make this ball. He's just trying to make sure he leaves his teammate with a makeable shot on the 8. There goes the 3 right on that rail.
Couldn't hit it any better than that.
Excellent opportunity here, folks. Everybody back in Pennsylvania, hold your breath. Here it comes. Mike Gamba for the win. And he's
There it
got it,
is.
folks.
With authority.
Mike Gamba pockets that 8, and the A team of Lancaster, Pennsylvania are your 2021 8-ball doubles champions. Victory over the Sharpshooters from Louisiana. Pretty good match there, Ava.
It was a good match. We
Love
thought it
the
was looked like
doubles.
it was going to be just a, you know, a runaway train there with Sharpshooters
Yeah.
getting up 2-0 and then having a chance in the third game, but it became a great match.
Yeah, we're going to try to get the team, the A team, over to the table. Casey will have a quick word. Take it away, Casey.
Hey guys, this is Casey. I am here with the winners of the 8-ball doubles championship, the A team. How are you guys feeling?
Feeling amazing. Thrilled. Feeling amazing, and this is a hell of a journey we came through. It's hard. It was very hard every day coming here playing at 7 o'clock in the morning and getting done at 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning. It's a dream come true. We didn't know we was going to get this far. We had to grind all day, and without him, and we shot good. Both of us, we had to do, and we got it done.
Absolutely. So what were your expectations coming into the match tonight?
I personally had none. I just wanted to get through a couple rounds personally. First couple, we're going to start strong and see where we go from there.
I mean, my expectation was to win it, but we started slow, and then we had to come back. And you get your nerves, you get your nerves, you get the goosebumps and all that. But once that settled down, and he shot good, he shot very good, and he had to do what he had to do, and we just worked it out. We grind, and we did it. We did what we had to do, and we took it home. That's all I wanted.
I wasn't nervous pretty much the whole tournament until final. Made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, but kept it under control.
Absolutely. So great teamwork here. Anyone that you guys would like to give a shout out to tonight watching at home?
My mom. Hi, Mom.
I want to get a shout out to my family and all that, and I want to get a shout out to the AMVETs that I played over there, and I put my time in and all that. This is for you guys in Lancaster, PA. We're taking it home. This is what I came for. And everybody else on my pool page, poolhustler.com. This is for everybody. This is what we did it. That's what I wanted to do. Thanks.
Amazing. Congratulations again. Thank you guys so much. Back to you, Jason.
All right, thanks, Casey. Folks, back in Lancaster, you can pop a cold one because the A team is bringing home the 8-ball doubles championship. Congratulations to them.
Great.
Congratulations to the Sharpshooters of Louisiana. Great finish for them in this tournament. And for the rest of you folks, we hope you've enjoyed our continuing coverage of the APA Poolplayer Championships. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. That is Pacific time. 4 p.m. for those of you on the East Coast, and we're going to have the Team Captains Championship. So encourage you guys to stop back by tomorrow. We'll be here if you're here, and until then, we're going to say goodbye for just a little while.